Hello all you nobodies out there, this is Admiral Cole from CT on Edge, solo this time, and today we're going to be playing a fancy little game called Pillars of Eternity. Now, don't chastise me, I'm a huge fan of RPGs, but I've never played Baldur's Gate before. I don't know why, I love the Dragon Age games so, a lot, and I just haven't before, and I came across this because Kyle told me about it, and he really wanted it, so I got it for him, and then I found out that it wasn't co-op, so I decided to do a solo Let's Play, just to, see if I'm, as good at RPGs as I think I am, which I think I'm okay. I'm alright. I'm not like a master. I can't beat Dragon Age on Nightmare difficulty, which to some of you, I'm sure is like amateur tier, but I like to think that I'm pretty decent at allocating skills and whatnot. Now, this will probably be a partner Let's Play along with Divinity Original Sin, so expect a lot of RPGs going up on the channel really soon. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Just because I don't want to, die too much, I'm gonna start on normal. I'm not gonna enable either of these, because, again, I don't want this to be just me dying over and over. Now, I'm gonna be quiet for this story right here, if there is any, exposition, so I'll be silent. Or maybe there is no exposition there. I guess we'll see after this loading screen. Anyways, this is the first time I've done a solo Let's Play in a while, so hopefully I haven't lost my touch, if I even ever had my touch in the first place. Man, I'm so excited to play this. I haven't played a good RPG alone in forever. The last one that I have is, I would say Dark Souls, but I suck at Dark Souls. I can't get past anything. Oh, there it is.
For the path on a starless night. Their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Alright, sounds good. Now, my one probably biggest issue with me not doing as well in RPGs as I could is the fact that I have troubles paying attention to story sometimes, unless it's really simple and splayed out, and I'm going to be playing as female here. I do in every game that I have the, oh, I can select race too, nice. I do in every game, but yeah, that's probably my biggest issue, but Let's Playing usually helps me keep track of everything, so hopefully I'll be fine. Oh, elves are actually shorter than humans in this game, and what the hell is this? An Orlan. Orlans are the smallest of the Kith races, although many cultures don't consider them to be civilized at all. Also notable for their large ears, two-tone skin, and hirsute bodies, Orlans are commonly found in Glanfath, the Ixmitzel Plains, and parts of the Dyrwood. They are known for their mental intensity and quickness. Godlike. Okay, so that's a fake creature, just straight up. As usual, I think I'm just gonna go with elf here. Oh, so there's two types of elf: wood elf and pale elf. Wood elves, Skelterfolk, trace their beginnings farther north of present-day Ader, and have migrated south throughout the forests of the continent, now covering it all the way south across the equator. They are also believed to have migrated across the sea to Ir Glanfath, while while physiologically identical to one another, wood elves from Ader are culturally different from those in Ir-Glenfath and consider themselves wholly different groups. Distant advantage against any enemy is more than 4 meters away. Wood elves gain bonus to accuracy, deflection, and reflex. It's unclear how long ago the Pale Elves came to the... I'm just going to stop even trying to pronounce that. Came to the southern polar regions of the world, but they have lived there for at least 12,000 years based on their continuous contacts with Omawa traders. They appear to be among the most stationary ethnic groups in the known world, migrating within the polar region but seldom venturing far north. They are rare in all northern lands, and most people consider them exotic, if they have seen one at all. Elemental endurance, they have increased. Okay, so just due to my love of wood elves in the Elder Scrolls series, I'm going to be one of them. So let's see our classes. Barbarian, you know, I can make an assumption of what most of these classes are. Except this, what the hell is a cipher? It looks like it's just a two-handed warrior, right? Contact and manipulate another person. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's interesting. I'll keep that in mind. Why does a druid have a shield unless that's one of the whatever you call it? Okay. Spirit shift. All druids have mastered one animalistic form. These forms give the druid strong melee. Okay, fighter. Yeah, that's basic warrior class. Monk, hand-to-hand warrior in a way. Paladin, holy warrior, holy mage, ranger. Not gonna be a ranger. Rogue, maybe. Wizard. All right. I think I'm gonna go with. This seems like a really interesting class. Focus on the magics. Most ciphers are still found in the Eastern Reach. Practitioners of the technique have gained acquaintance over time, but are generally distrusted, especially by the uneducated. I'm thinking monk, cipher. I wonder. I don't want to be a barbarian. Thinking monk, cipher. Yeah, you know what? Cipher seems like an interesting class. I'm gonna go with the cipher. I don't normally do warrior type classes, but here, let's see what the monk has going for it. Swift strikes and torment's reach. Eye strike, mind wave, soul shock. Okay, these seem to, I'm gonna go with the monk. I like never play monks. Monks are cool. They're cool. Okay. So, the monk's hands become a frenzied blur of attacks, increasing their attack rate for a brief period, or his ability to exploit the shared bonds of universal suffering between all beings. The initial target is hit with powerful blow that does additional crush damage, and enemies in a cone behind the target suffer crush damage and have their might reduced. Requires 1 wound, melee only, speed average, area of effect, target plus length. 2 meters, 135 cone. Okay, that's the technical shit. I'm just gonna go with basic stuff here and just get swift strikes. Now, as a monk, I believe that, I guess it sort of lists them out, the important ones here. I'm gonna be dexterous with a bit of strength. Definitely want some health. How much points do I have? Okay, so definitely dexterity. Intellect, I feel might help, but I'm only going to leave it at 12. What's Resolve do? Resolve reflects a character's internal drive, determination, fearlessness, and the emotional intensity they can project to others. It can be useful for mental intimidation, leadership, and convincing performances in combat. It helps characters maintain concentration and contributes to the will and deflection defenses. Resolve 10. Concentration, deflection. Okay, so I'll leave that at 10. Level up my dexterity a bit more and my might a bit more, and then I'll just factoration and one more intellect. I'm probably doing this all wrong. I'm probably supposed to be like pouring things into Constitution, aren't I? Whatever. Okay, so culture. The Ader Empire is currently the largest and most powerful. Boring. Consisting the nation of not God damn it. Nasitak, dozens of Amawa settlements, and hundreds of lawless pirate-infested islands that stretch along the southern sea. Deadfire is home to boreal dwarves, and mixed variety of other races. Deadfire Archipelago is the last stop for anyone headed east. A multitude of monstrous sea creatures infest the ocean and beyond, making travel virtually impossible. So resolve, dexterity, resolve. Located to the northeast, large expanse of fertile savannas. Okay. Crown jewel of the southern seas. Old Valia is now crumbled remains of the empire of the warring merchant nations, counting humans and dwarves. Okay. Dominated by Alma nation. The Gulf itself is host to a number of nations, most of them Alma, Orlan, and Dwarven. Though these countries are relatively young, they are some of the most advanced colonial settlements in the east. The Gulf is a land of riches and resources to those who can take them. Living lands, some mountainous region, and large cracked southern expanse of polar ice. Alright, so I think I'm going to go with the Rawatai. I like the idea of being from a new nation and whatnot. Background. Drifter. You've lived your life amongst the nobility. Your days have been marked by lavish meals and extravagant parties. Your conversations with talk of pedigree and bloodlines. Drifter, stealth and mechanics. You never quite fit in no matter where you go. Each town is just a place to rest briefly. Labor, you're like, yeah, no. Wait. Yeah, no. You've traded goods from all over the world. Pairing, that doesn't sound like right for monk. You have never known freedom. Shackles and chains have bound your existence, and someone has told you what to do your entire life. Maybe. You've made a name for yourself as a troublemaker. Disrespect for authority and a lack of care regarding the rules are recurring themes in your life. Hunter, you live for the thrill of the chase, whether for glory or for sustenance. You have made your living taking the lives of wild creatures. That doesn't sound monk-like. Blade in battle is your way of life. You solve your problems by pulling out your weapon and applying force. Scholar, for you, knowledge is a relentless pursuit. You hoard each kernel of information as though it were precious metal, and time you don't spend learning is time wasted. So not scholar. I think I'm going to go with either slave, drifter. Slave, drifter, or dissident. So this gives me stealth and mechanics, this gives me stealth and lore, and this gives me survival and athletics. I think dissident sounds the best for a monk, just because I want to be more of a light type class, which is why I put so much into dexterity. And I think that lore just sounds right for a monk, but I could just be completely wrong. So primary color, let's see. Oh, sweet, so I can actually customize the armor. Secondary skin, blam, blam, blam. I like this the most. Hair, nah, blonde is not my kind of hair color for characters. It looks like it's brown, not black, so I'm just gonna go with that. I wish that this right here was, showed the head. I, had two. Let's look at the hair. Nah, wait. That one looked cool. Okay, maybe. No. Wait. Nah, no. No. Sorry this character creation is taking so long. This is, my favorite part of any game that I'm playing. Maybe. No. Maybe. No, and no. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna go with the first one that I chose, which is this one. So 8 or yeah, I'm just gonna go with 8. Wait a second. Oh, these are a bunch of portraits. Okay. Let's, okay, so, You know, I have nothing against furries, but like if that's not a playable race, then why would you choose that as your portrait? Why would these even be available as portraits? I don't know. I'm just gonna see if these fancy folk. Nope, 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 no. Okay, good. It cycles. You know what? I've always been a sucker for hoods. I'm gonna go with this, even if it's not exactly the most monkey thing. But I'm gonna go with that. And I said monkey. So let's hear the voices.
Leading the way. Ha! To whispers and shadows. I've got this. Let's go!
They won't see me coming.
What is it?
I'm flattered.
Yeah!
Not a sound.
Yeah? Follow me.
I'll teach you a lesson.
I'll take a peek. Just say the word. I'll lead the way.
Let's go! Quickly and quietly.
All right, I don't mean to distract from the voices, and I know these are male voices, but is that the VA for Natsu and that the general guy from the Alabasta arc in One Piece and Skune from Rosario Vampire, etc. Is that guy? Let me know if you know in the comments.
Yes? I shall lead us.
You better run! Nothing will slip past me.
I'm here. I'm flattered.
Yeah!
Easy does it.
Hey there.
Follow me.
Let's go!
Let's keep quiet. Yes?
Now I am the leader of the group. Kill them all!
Alright, so the ones that I liked the most were Feisty
I shall lead us.
and Mystic, so just because I'm an elf, I'm gonna go with Mystic. Alright, so now for a name. One that I've used recently, Sienna. I found it I was playing Star Wars The Old Republic recently, and I decided, you know what, that's a cool name from the name generator that I used. So I've been using it recently, and I like it. So, let's do this. The Caravan Master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you are planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods toward... Okay.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the Caravan Master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker. But see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Sparfle nods and slides the worn bow over his shoulder. Where would I find these berries? What are those ruins? Is it dangerous out here? What are these huge rocks coming out from the ground?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What are those
Nothing you won't
ruins?
see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
Who did build the ruins?
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business, and not
Alright,
if the
fair
weather
enough.
holds up.
Alright. What kind of weather do they
This
get out
time
here?
of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a Beowick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
What are these huge rocks coming up from the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories.
Can I just say, I love that little, like, thing that they have on the font right there. I just think it's a cool little thing.
It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that. Hold on.
All right.
Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes at length on a sturdy, armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's nights sleeping on uneven ground without a blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own time. She needs to find some spring berries. Watch that she doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
Alright,
Word,
now...
man. Let's get going before you
Certainly.
keel over.
Alright, so... Welcome to the Pillars of Eternity. If this is your first visit to the world of Aura, you may want to watch these windows become familiar with the tools and interfaces available to you. Your party always consists of your character and up to 5 additional... Okay. To select a party member, click on their selection. Okay. To move selected characters, click anywhere on the screen. When multiple party members are selected, the action bar is hidden. To see an individual character's option, select only that character. Okay, now... Okay, so this is screen scrolling. Oh my god, this game is beautiful. And it looks a lot like... Okay, can I just talk to random people or no? Ah, they highlight if you can. Most people you encounter are neutral or friendly. You can interact with them by clicking on the selection circle. Okay. Alright, so can I can scroll with the arrows, but not the...
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
Yeah, let's see what you got. You see a man wearing a simple but mostly neat clothes. He's transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
He scratches one cheek with his knuckle. It's covered in an uneven stubble, as if he hasn't quite gotten used to shaving on the road.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Before we look at your wares, who are you, might I ask?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire.
Adir.
I'm trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
If you think these caravaneers are prickly, watch out for those axe wielding. You know what? With an outlook like that, I'm sure you'll do well. We'll see, I suppose. I'm just trying to do right by my family.
Something else you need? Looks like we're settled for the night.
Tell me about the Adir Empire.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Rayed Saris and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire, a fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
He gives you a lopsided grin and nods at the other scattered caravaneers. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Why don't you move all the way out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Rayed Saris? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
He shrugs. Drywood is former Adir colony, so it seemed like a good place to start. And as much as I admire the Reed Sierran's work ethic, they've always struck me as a little fanatical. That's high-minded. Seems like you got the short end of the stick. I don't see it that way. He begins restacking the crates in his wagon. My brothers and I are all working together for the sake of the family enterprise. Now let's see what you got now that we're done talking. Alright, so it doesn't look like I have any weapons, which, you know, makes sense because I'm a monk. Allow me to trade. I have 100 gold. So with that, since I'm a monk, I'm going to buy myself a quarterstaff. Yeah, that sounds about right. Does she have anything? No. Anything I can get for 25? Doesn't look like it. What is this? Retrain. Oh, okay. So, inventory. Weapons. Alright. And she's already got weapons, so. Slow mode is active. How in the balls? Nope. Nope. Fast mode. No. Regular mode. Alright. Exploration is the key to Pillars of Eternity. As you make your way through the Eastern Reach, open the area map to see what the... Okay, so I'm assuming that's M, which it is. Okay. Let's see.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Alright, sounds good.